I must congratulate Citadel, a term used for a fortress on a higher ground or on a mountain. But this fortress is fortified by technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. I wish you success and recognition as you are worthy of it. Pakistan's huge potential in its huge population is a massive resource. Opportunities in agriculture, health, education, commerce, trade, industry, and service sector are huge given our population size.
So it's very important for us all to understand that if you really want to transform ourselves, we have to enjoy the fact that someone else is succeeding, because in his or her success lies the success of all of us. Unfortunately, in our society, we do not understand that. In fact, if someone is succeeding, we try to pull him down. So we need to change that. And you, being the youth, you being the agents of change, my humble request to all of you would be to change this thinking. Try to celebrate success in all domains. Any Pakistani succeeding anywhere has to be celebrated. It's only when we start valuing ourselves as a nation will we be able to go forward.
What is the potential? I can put it in a very short way. The potential is we will be the third largest nation in the world in the next 76 years. We will cross 500 million people. The world will be 11.4 billion people, so we will add another 2 billion people to the world. In that 2 billion people, all your potential lies. How do you connect to those 2 billion people? So at the beginning of the 19th century, we were 1 billion people. Today, we're 8.5. We will be 11.4. And Pakistan will be ranked number 3. And we will be number 3 after India with 1.5 billion people, but with 800 million people in under poverty. We will have China, which will fall from its 1.2 to about 528, both being our neighbors, and we being that conduit that will take us through the GCC to Africa, where 40% of the world's population will live. And if you really want to be entrepreneurs and innovate, then you start learning about their culture and how they behave, because that's 40% of your market. The remaining 20% of your market you know very well, which is the subcontinent. So Asia will be 42%, Africa will be 40%, all the European countries put together will be 6%, North and South America will be 10%. So your bearing should be very clear. Who are you innovating for and what are you innovating to achieve?
Today's fast-paced tech landscape does not necessarily is not very conducive to going through the process of filing IPs, because agar aap market mein jaldi nahi pahunch rahe, so somebody else is going to do that anyway. So there is this conflict right now, and I don't have a resolution, but ek mere dimag mein jo idea hai wo ye hai, the way I think about it is that you have to get to the market first, file a patent. Filing a patent doesn't take long. It takes a couple of weeks. And then don't wait for it to be granted, because that takes too long, and get to the market. So अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा इधर-उधर ढूंढने की कोशिश करेंगे कि मुझे कौन direction दिखा सकता है, well, you are not that innovative then. So innovation के पीछे I was looking at the young panel here. I'm sorry, ज़रा सा मैं IP से हट रहा हूँ. The young panel here, the 4 young ladies and the 2 gentlemen who had done entrepreneurship, different age groups, different dresses, different way of talking, all entrepreneurs. So there's no खांचा जिसमें से आप entrepreneur निकाल सकते हैं. There is no background जिसमें से entrepreneur निकाल सकते हैं. Nast had a competition recently, जिक्र हुआ था Fix का. The last winner was from Laura Lai. There was a young lady from Laura Lai who won that competition. There's no limits. अपने ऊपर limits लगाना ख़त्म करें. Every problem is a business opportunity, and you guys are the brightest, because every generation is the brightest.
We need to think about it as Pakistanis. We need to think about it. The Kareem, the Fire Eye, the Affinity of the world. the Cloudways of the world. Why were they built outside Pakistan? They were built by Pakistanis. They are unicorns, billion-dollar companies, but they were not built in Pakistan. Somebody needs to put their heads together and figure out, why did that happen? Why could we not build that in this country? And if we were able to build that in this country, why were we not able to retain its economic value? Because once a company becomes a unicorn, or it goes further, becomes $100 billion company, it becomes difficult to hold its economic value in a country. The economy of that country has to be scalable enough. Its regulatory environment needs to be scalable enough to hold that economic value, because that economic value creates jobs, it creates opportunities, and everything else. So these are the two issues which I believe are for the senior generation of in this room to figure out. How do we build a knowledge economy in this country? What are the regulatory hoops? What are the imaginary hoops that we need to overcome? What are the infrastructure related problems that we need to overcome?
We always think that the younger generation has still a lot to learn. And I guess for our generations, your pace of learning and your social curve is far faster, fast paced than we were comfortable with. I see all the young people in this room very accomplished, very sure of themselves, but you don't know how to take failure. You need to fail to understand the compassion, the pain, and also to change your path and to be more innovative in what you're doing.
I give you another example of how to think beyond the horizon. 80%, now 70% of Pakistan's adult population do not have bank accounts. So they have a scheme with financial inclusion, and they said, okay, why do we do that? And we found also that there were a lot of places without internet. So the solution was, can we do a bank account on a telephone? So we set out to set a bank account on a telephone without internet. And let me tell you, we worked 10 years on it, and 100% of that platform was created by Pakistanis. 100%. Nothing from outside. The World Economic Forum recognizes us as the most innovative thing. Why? Because we've reached out. 16 banks can do that. Anybody, you can, your telephone today, dial star 2262 hash, and you will come on a menu, and that menu you will come across 16 banks. You can choose out of the 16 banks, you choose HBL, Al Falah, whatever. You choose that bank, then they will say, put in your ID card. Put in your ID card and the date of expiry, or the date of issue, sorry. Once you do that, your bank account is opened in less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. Do you know how many bank accounts we have opened up? 13 million bank accounts. 13 million bank accounts. So, it is how you think in reality. I'm very grateful to you, Aslam and Naeem Lodi, and really the finest of the thing. I'm proud that you come here. I wanted you to think what we can do, together. And every one of you, I will ask all of you, do not think you will separate from Citadel. Please contribute to that. Please contribute to Citadel. Bring that thing forward so that we can better the lives of the poor people of this country.